Hello viewers, welcome to Corruption Must Go, the weekly television program of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. I am Hawa Garba. In 2007, ICPC, in collaboration with the Nigerian Education Research and Development Council, NERDC, came up with the National Values Curriculum, which has been infused into the curriculum of schools. This was aimed at inculcating anti-corruption values in school-age children so they would grow up to be worthy adults in the Nigerian society. As a follow-up to this, the Commission, in collaboration with Youth Alive Foundation, supported by the United Kingdom Department for International Development, organized a two-day master's teacher training on the National Values Curriculum, NVC. The training became necessary as a result of observed lapses displayed by teachers in the teaching of the curriculum. Today's edition focuses on ICPC's innovative approach to tackling corruption through the education curriculum. We also bring you drama, ethics and values, and many more. But first, Ruth Awodi is standing by with anti-corruption stories. Over to you, Ruth.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello. Alahaji. Right now I'm in Abuja. No. Hello? Adamu. Right now I'm in Kano. Yes. When I get back, I will just call you. Look, what is wrong with you? I'm talking on the phone and you are gesticulating and doing. What's wrong with you?
Daddy, where exactly are we as we speak?
Are you alright? This is Lagos.
Well, you just lied to someone that we're in Abuja.
Keep quiet. Who told you can tell an elderly person is lying?
Daddy, you just lied. And by lying, you're raising corrupt children for the future of Nigeria. That is corruption, not in my country.
Stop corruption now. Corruption not in my country.
Thank you, Hawa. Welcome to this segment on anti-corruption stories. I am Ruth Awudi. The chairman of ICPC, Professor Bolaji Owasonye, has said that members of the Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit (ACTU) in various ministries, departments and agencies are better placed to effectively prevent the prevalence of corruption in their organizations. Speaking at the inauguration of the newly appointed ACTU members of the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) at the agency's headquarters in Abuja, the ICPC chairman, who was represented by Barrister Ifeanyi Obialo of Corruption Monitoring and Evaluation Department, pointed out that ACTU had the capacity of making the organization a model in corruption prevention in line with the mandate of the commission.
The mission statement of this authority, which is to provide excellent television service worldwide while projecting the true African perspective, cannot be achieved if accountability is not assiduously and tenaciously entrenched in the procedures, guidelines, processes, and instant tools of the authority. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, in collaboration with the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation in 2001, created the ACTU to function in MDS as part of its corruption prevention method of monitoring, identifying, and addressing lapses in the operational systems of government establishments.
He further said in his address that it was better to suffer for what is right than to suffer for doing what is wrong, adding that in a few years from now, the change mantra of the current administration and the sustained effort of the anti-corruption agencies would catch up with those who engaged in unwholesome corrupt practices. In his remarks at the inauguration ceremony, the Director General of NTA, Malam Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, said corruption was a cankerworm that had eaten deep into the fabric of the Nigerian societal development, and that if left untreated, it could portend doom for the country.
Professor Patrick Lumumba said in the year 2002, and I quote, "Our country must morally be rearmed. We cannot run a country where virtue is vice and vice is virtue. Any country that allows corruption to thrive is turning vice into virtue. And we in Nigeria cannot and must not afford to do that. And that is why the federal government of President Muhammadu Buhari made the fight against corruption one of its cardinal objectives. And it is being pursued right from 2015 to date with vigor and renewed strength.
He also pointed out that if the mission of NTA was to promote national, political and economic goals towards a united, strong and self-reliant society, the agency must take the lead in enlightening the public about the effects of corruption on our national development. That will be all on this segment. Corruption Must Go continues with Hawa. Stay with us.
If you are just joining us, this is Corruption Must Go. In the 12 years that the National Values Curriculum has been in use, many teachers have shown a significant inability to properly teach the values to children. This is needed to be corrected so that the aim of formulating the curriculum in the first place will not be defeated. The head of Education Department, ICPC, speaks further.
Yeah, teachers, because it is to do with curriculum. And curriculum is to be taught in schools. And nobody teaches curriculum in schools except the teachers. But permit me to take us down memory lane. The National Values Curriculum as a project is ICPC initiative and contribution in conjunction with the Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council and the Federal Ministry of Education to resuscitate and restore the lost values of honesty Nigerian society was known for. The values of honesty, the values of truthfulness, the values of being each other's keeper, the values of nationalism, and even the values of integrity, which is doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. You see, in the past, the Nigerian society is so much truthful that the woman selling tomato could display her tomato on the table, go inside the house, cook for the husband, and come out and meet money. Somebody must have bought and placed money on the table, and nobody would touch because of our level of honesty. If you dared steal in the past, you can be vanished from your village. No family condoned dishonesty. But now, if that woman selling tomatoes displays her tomatoes on the table and turn around to gist with another fellow trader, before she turns around, not only the money, but the tomato on the table will disappear. So that is how down we are in terms of honesty and moral values. So ICPC decided that if we can restore these lost values, positive values to the society, there will be less cases of corruption, because corruption is entirely an act of dishonesty. But if you can train people right from their formative age, to be honest, then the whole society will be a society of honest people, and the lost glory of honesty and integrity Nigerian society was known for will be restored. So we decided now to take the campaign to the schools by introducing the National Values Curriculum, which cuts across all levels of education, from primary school, that is basic, to the university level. But at the moment, we only succeeded in infusing the 12 core values contained in the national values curriculum in the examinable subjects taught at basic and post-basic levels. And that happened in 2013. And in 2014, we developed a teacher's guide, again, in conjunction with the Nigeria Educational Research and Development Council. You know, they are the institution that is saddled with the responsibility of producing curriculum. And the Federal Ministry of Education adopted the infusion, and they are being taught now in examinable subjects such as English language, mathematics, religious studies, civic education, economics, and what have you. I'm talking about the 12 core values, positive values that are taught to students at this level. So, like I said at the beginning, it's teachers that teach. Therefore, we decided to carry the teachers as key stakeholders and partners in this project through the Universal Basic Education Commission at the headquarters, and then the Universal Primary School Basic Education at the boards at the state level. Very good. The aim of the training is to guide the teacher being trained to identify the 12 core values subsumed in these exam level subjects that I mentioned, and fish them out and teach them appropriately, not just teach them in a stereotype kind of teaching method, in a special way that the child at the basic and the post-basic level, talking about junior primary school and junior secondary school level, will understand what he is supposed to do. Do not steal, do not tell lies, do not, okay, you should love one another, do the right thing even when nobody is watching. All these are values. Love your country, respect constituted authorities, and all this. So these are the values. So the teacher himself should know where these values are hidden. I use the word hidden because they are subsumed in the examinable subjects. Now the teacher will now know, will be guided to fish out these examinable, these core values, and teach the students at this level appropriately. That is the essence of involving the teachers. Both in the immediate, medium, and long-term expectations, we hope that the nation's positive values that had been lost on us for a very long time will be restored. That is our expectation. Now, the impact measurement, on the impact measurement, ICPC has developed a kind of questionnaire to administer on, first of all, the students who are at the center stage, then the teachers themselves, then the parents. They will answer relevant questions that are relevant to them. The students will be asked questions that are directly relevant to them. Then the teachers also that are teaching the values will also be asked relevant questions. And then the parents also, through the Parents Teachers Association, as well as the school authorities. It is through these questionnaires that after the final analysis, the analysis of the survey, that we will come to know whether the project is making impact or not. We test run the teacher's guide, as I told you, we developed in 2014, and now we have set the ball rolling just this July, when we trained about 186 teachers in 3 states of Kano, Lagos, and Rivers State. And we have, and Abuja. So we still have outstanding, as per the pilot scheme, we still have Rivers and Akwa Ibom as outstanding. So these 186 teachers that have been trained will also go and train other teachers. That is why we call the project Master Teacher Trainer. Master Teacher Trainer. So that they will now cascade down the message to other teachers. Now these teachers will answer relevant questions as to how they found the teaching process, whether they understood, and whether they've been carrying out, whether the students are really understanding the values. And then before we administer the questionnaires, we shall visit the schools to see practically how the core values are being taught in practical terms before we now administer the questionnaires. After collecting the questionnaires, we will invite the National Bureau of Statistics to use their expertise to analyze the questionnaires for us using bar chart and other graphics so that we can easily determine whether the National Values Curriculum Project is making the desired impact or not.
We will now bring you excerpts of what transpired during the training exercise. Honorable Member ICPC Hannatu Mohammed represented the chairman of the commission, Professor Bolaji Owansonye, during the event.
Values education is a very important concept to the Commission, as we aim to get the children at a very young age and impress them with the need to imbibe positive values. Teachers are our partners in this, and over the course of the years we hope to have greater interaction with teachers, parents and other stakeholders who interact with the youth on the need to ensure that our youth imbibe positive values so that they can grow up to be leaders and we can be proud of them. On this note, I declare the training open. Thank you and God bless you.
We also spoke to some of the participants at the event, and here are what they had to say.
Now, there are a lot of things that maybe students or I can do if I'm not educated. But with the knowledge of this education, I know that there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that I can't do because I already have that knowledge and I know how to pass it to others.
You know, the whole program is on how to see the implementation of the curriculum on national values. So if that is the case, what we learned here is for us to make sure that those curriculum, those things that are infused in our school curriculum are put into practice, are taught well. And likewise, not only that, we are here representing other teachers, other monitoring and evaluation officers in the education sector of FCT. So we are here in order to see that we step down to others in order to make them to know how can we monitor the teaching of this curriculum, national value curriculum. Is it well done? If it is not well done, what are the challenges? What are the problems? So that we address them here and see how we can face or we can correct all the problems that we have seen. So the major thing that we are learning here is for us to know the mechanism in which we pass to others what the ICPC is organizing.
I thank God for the training we are receiving in inculcation of national value into the curriculum. It will help to curb a lot of vices like cultism, like stealing, like behaviors that would have destroyed the future of young children who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. If by the virtue of this training, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of changes and our future leaders are going to be great.
Okay, this training has an immense or many importance to my work. By attending this training, I learned so many things. One of them is I learned that corruption is supposed to be fight right from the beginning. Yes, and the corruption, I also discovered, learned that corruption is not only in the offices or in the high level of the society. Even in the grassroots, from the beginning, even in the admission of the primary schools, sometimes you find corruption there, and that's play a very wrong role in giving us the right education to the.
This training is on value, national values, and by national values, the child from the beginning will be taught what his role, his expected role is and how he's supposed to play it. So if he is to gain that, then this training is very timely in the sense that as school administrators, we are at the top. We really bring out whatever policy that is there, and we ensure that the children, through our teachers that are in the classroom, would use this training to really bring it to the basics, so that our children right from the beginning, they will know that
corruption is something that is very, very endemic. And if we don't teach our children what they should expect and they allow corruption to strive, corruption will kill us.
Sir, I came here to find out what the progress is like, sir.
Oh, all is set for the commencement of the exams. Let's say about an hour.
I was thinking we could come to an agreement as to how to help the students.
Exactly what are you insinuating?
We would like to pay you for your cooperation.
Are you offering to bribe me?
No. It's some sort of compensation for your help.
By keeping away while the exam is on?
That's correct.
I will report you to the authority.
Report, K. No wonder some of you people die rejected.
What did you say?
I said that you are a man of integrity.
Offering to bribe exam official is corruption. And corruption, not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Corruption not in my country.
The person whose picture appears on the screen, Mr. Emmanuel Onewe Momeke, is hereby declared wanted by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission ICPC in connection with issues bordering on fraud. Mr. Momeke, an indigene of Isele Uku in Anyocha North local government area of Delta State, is dark in complexion and was born on the 5th of April 1972. He was a former staff of Delta State Ministry of Urban Renewal as well as Auchi Polytechnic, Auchi, Edo State. His last known address was number 4 Peter Osadebe Street off St. Bridget's Road, Asaba, Delta State. Anyone who has useful information on his whereabouts should report to ICPC headquarters Abuja, any of the ICPC state offices or the nearest police station, or call any of the ICPC toll-free numbers 0803 123 0280, 0803 123 0281, 0803 123 0282, 0705 699 0190, 0705 699 0191, and 0800 call ICPC.
With this master teaching training, ICPC, working with its development partners, has shown a clear commitment to achieving the lofty aim of the National Values Curriculum, which was to catch them young. That is to say, instill the right values in our young school-age children for a more transparent, accountable, and responsible citizenry in the future. That's the size of what we have got for you this week. Remember, you can follow us on any of our social media platforms as shown on the screen. You can also visit our website www.icpc.gov.ng. To watch other interesting editions of Corruption Must Go, visit our YouTube channel www.youtube.com/ICPC Nigeria. Make it a date with us next week, Wednesday, as we bring you another enlightening and educative edition of the program. Bye for now.